This evening are Pascal DeRoche and Yvette Degani. Let's go.
Pascal DeRoche and Yvette Degani, now on Biography. They came with their families to America in search of a better life, and the two kindred spirits would find each other at St. John's. Having never forgotten all the help they received to get where they are today, Pascal and Yvette are now offering others a chance at the same opportunities. Pascal and Yvette both came to America as children. For both their families, sacrifice, faith, hard work, and education was very important.
They uprooted their lives and came to the U.S. and searched for better opportunities, not for themselves, but for their children.
It was very clear in our household what you were expected to do, how you were expected to live your life, and certainly religion was where you got your foundation.
The two accounting majors would eventually meet as sophomores at St. John's.
We had 5 classes together. How do you not get to know someone after sitting in 5 classes every day?
As soon as I met her, I knew she was the right person for him. Yvette is so much like my mom, and Pascal was so close to my mother.
Aside from bringing them together, St. John's also played a pivotal role in shaping the couple.
St. John's was the first time I really got to really step out. It piqued my curiosity about people and what's their story.
Their stories both continued with successful accounting careers, her at New York Life and he at KPMG. Over time, Yvette left to spend more time with the children. When they were old enough, she explored her creative side and opened a jewelry store in New Jersey.
I decided, okay, what do I really want to do now? Jewelry was always something that I was interested in.
Pascal had moved on to Time Warner shortly after the troubled merger with AOL. It became one of the toughest moments of his life as the SEC investigated wrongdoing.
It was the first time in my life that anybody ever questioned my competence or integrity.
He came under fire because people had actually lied to him.
He felt that in addition to letting himself down, he thought about our parents, and he thought about his reputation.
It required a deep belief in myself and a building of my own resiliency and support from family, friends, and a deep faith in God that I would be able to get through this.
Thanks to that resilience, Pascal not only survived, but went on to become CFO of Turner.
Pascal is one of the few people, frankly, in the entire media industry who is respected and admired and trusted by everyone he works with.
I think a lot of people look up to Pascal and want to understand how he got to where he did, and I think he's always willing to give the time, always willing to have the conversation.
The couple are firm believers that it's not possible to succeed in life without helping others. Most importantly, when it comes to education.
Both Pascal and Yvette truly believe that education can change people's lives because we've seen it in our own family.
And as a result, Pascal and Yvette remain deeply committed to St. John's.
Yvette and I have made it our mission to support the school by providing scholarship funds to students in need of financial help.
In addition to providing scholarships, Pascal sits on the Board of Trustees for St. John's, the Board of Directors for Manhattan Community College, and for Prep for Prep, an organization that gives talented children of color scholarships to top independent schools. While Yvette sits on the Board of Directors for the Venture Foundation, an organization that provides housing and jobs to people with mental and physical disabilities.
Common thread that cuts across all these organizations is that they serve as gateways to open up doors for underserved populations.
Where you've been lucky enough in your life, if you can give back, that's really important. Both Pascal and Yvette live their lives with that principle in mind.
Through hard work, faith, and compassion, Pascal and Yvette have accomplished much in their lives. But more than that, they are out there helping others do the same for themselves.
What really sets them apart from a lot of other people is their modesty and their inner strength.
And that is why we honor you tonight, Pascal DeRoche and Yvette Degani.
I just want to say how proud I am of you. God, I wish Mom were here to see your success.
Congratulations, Pascal and Yvette, on this honor. You epitomize service to others, and we're all better for it.
I would say you deserve this, but that sounds almost like you're entitled to it, so I'll say you've earned it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Pascal and Yvette. Ladies and gentlemen, Pascal and Yvette.
Good evening, everybody. Start with Dr. Genshaw. Bobby, thank you for this honor. Also want to thank the Board of Trustees, the Board of Governors, for honoring us at this fabulous event. Also want to congratulate my fellow honorees for making tonight such a fabulous success. It really is amazing. Hopefully we're going to raise lots of money tonight, and the night's not over, so I'm confident of that. And wouldn't be complete if I didn't thank my family and friends for coming out and supporting us tonight. Today wouldn't be the same without you, so thank you for being here. I know it's Friday night, so thank you very much. When Bobby first approached us about being honored in this event, needless to say, we were thrilled. With that said, I will tell you this, I was a little bit apprehensive because we knew that came with a fundraising obligation where I basically had to ask everybody I've ever known to donate to the school on our behalf. Not always the most comfortable thing to do, but you know what? We knew it was something we wanted to do because no matter what we do with St. John's, it would pale in comparison to what St. John's has done for us. For starters, St. John's is where I met this beautiful lady. Yes, October 1983 General Accounting class. I'll never forget that. And as importantly, St. John served as the launching pad of our professional lives. Right in our formative years, St. John's educated us, it supported us, it encouraged us to be the best we could possibly be. And our story is not an isolated one. In fact, we only need to look to our family and friends for all the things St. John's does for first-generation college students. But like most students, we would not have been able to afford a St. John's education without financial aid. In fact, over 90% of the students that go to St. John receive some form of financial assistance. And tonight's dinner is just one of the ways St. John's makes an education more affordable. And that is thanks to all of you. I'm really humbled and deeply appreciate all your support. Thank you very much, everybody, and have a good evening.
Our next Spirit of Service Award is presented to James and Anne Marie Galowski. Let's go to the video.
James and Anne Marie Galowski, now on Biography. They've traveled the world over and achieved great success in their lives. But Jim and Anne-Marie Galowski have always remembered the importance faith and education have played in helping them see their dreams come true. And they are paying that success forward by helping others achieve their dreams. They both grew up on Long Island, Anne-Marie in Baldwin, and Jim in Floral Park. Faith was an important part of life in their homes.
Anne-Marie's family was very involved with the church. We didn't go to Catholic school, but the Catholic religion was a big part of our lives.
Jim attended Catholic schools growing up and played CYO basketball.
Well, I remember as a youngster at camp, kid with a lot of grit, a lot of guts, played hard.
And Jim worked hard too at Archbishop Malloy High School, where he was involved with the Student Activity Committee.
Jim was a very friendly guy. There was always an aura of fun and spirit around Jim because of his sense of humor.
Jim carried that school spirit with him to St. John's, where he played rugby and was involved in student government.
Not only was he a good student, but he was extremely active in the life of the university. He worked in the equipment room. He would have been great in the Marshall Plan. He could plan a lot of stuff.
A year after graduating, Jim gave away his heart to Anne-Marie Cahill, who was working in marketing at WABC-TV in New York.
When she met Jim, they were just a big ball of energy, the two of them together.
The couple married 2 years later, as Jim's career started to take off.
I could see right away that she was a major influence on his life, and I'm sure in his success.
Jim's successful career in finance started in New York, ultimately taking him and his growing family to London and Singapore before moving back to Connecticut. However, Anne-Marie and Jim did not let their travels keep them from raising their children with the faith they themselves were raised with.
My parents always emphasized the importance of faith in our lives, stressing that if we ever felt that we were alone or needed help, that faith was always a place to turn to.
And it is that faith that Jim and Anne-Marie draw from when looking to give back.
My parents have always been very service-minded. They have gone out of their way to help out as many different causes and charities as they can.
One of those causes is promoting Catholic education through scholarship.
Over 20 years ago, Jim and a group of alumni founded the Brother Ron Marsland Scholarship Fund. And the fund is established to help families who couldn't ordinarily afford the Catholic high school tuition. It's actually the largest endowed scholarship at Malloy.
St. John's holds close to Jim's heart as well. Through the years, he's given back whenever and wherever he can.
He continues to help us by hosting finance classes that are given in London.
And he and Anne-Marie are longtime annual donors to various university funds and scholarships, not to mention avid Johnny supporters. Another cause important to both Anne-Marie and Jim is finding a cure for cancer and helping those who suffer from it. Jim sits on the board of the New York Metro Make-A-Wish Foundation, which grants wishes for kids suffering from critical illness.
It's so obvious to me why they're getting this award, because they deserve it. Years and years and years of love to others, to those around them, to those in need. That's Anne-Marie and Jim.
His whole background has been that. Do things for others. And of course he's had that training. He got it at home first. He got it at Malloy. And of course St. John's put the finishing touch.
They have never forgotten their roots and selflessly give of their time and energy to help others and offer opportunities in education. That is why we honor you tonight, Jim and Anne-Marie Galowski.
Jim and Anne-Marie, we've had wonderful honorees on this occasion. But you stay at the top 5, and I put you right there, because you belong.
You've given so much to so many people, and I just love you so much. Congratulations.
On behalf of the university and their fellow alumni, thank you so much. Keep up the good work.
I'm proud and honored to have Jim as part of our community, and I'm honored to call him a friend.
Hey, Mom and Dad. Congratulations on the award. We're all so very proud of you, and we can't wait to celebrate with you tonight and tomorrow in Chicago.
humbled. Thank my parents, my brother, who's not here today, my sisters, one who's here, all my friends. I've got a bunch of them here. St. John's and Archbishop White have been both great places to me. I appreciate the coach. That was a surprise. Travis, that was a surprise. Carolyn, you were awesome. You're always awesome. And thanks very much, everyone. The Lloyd table over here. Some of my friends have been here, and Emily's that we've been friends with for literally 50 years, and it means a lot to us.
Our next Spirit of Service Award is being presented to Dr. Robert A. Mangio. Let's take a look.
Robert Mangione, now on biography. From the moment his older brother brought him to visit campus at the age of 12, Bob Mangione knew there was something special about St. John's. As an undergrad, he saw that it was the Vincentian spirit of the university, and he's carried that spirit within him while helping St. John's and its students grow to achieve great things. Bob grew up in the working-class neighborhood of Maspeth, Queens. For Bob's parents, their children's education was of utmost importance.
It was never a question. We always knew we were going to go to college. St. John's University was often part of that conversation.
Bob attended Christ the King High School with aspirations of becoming a basketball player. Instead, he was introduced to the teachings of the Marist brothers, whom he credits with changing his life. While at Christ the King, he met a girl named Janet Schweiger. The summer after graduating, he took a job at a pharmacy in Middle Village. Janet became a frequent visitor to the pharmacy, and they started to date.
Janet happened to be visiting. And so my mother asked her out on her first date.
They got engaged at the age of 18 and married 3 years later. Bob enrolled in St. John's to earn his pharmacy degrees. The university introduced him to the Vincentians, and they were a big influence on his faith. From them, he learned about and embraced the Vincentian tradition.
Bob's faith is very important to him. It's not a faith that's just sort of lived in church, so to speak. It's a faith that's lived in his life.
One of Bob's notable accomplishments after St. John's was his work in establishing the first pediatrics pharmacy program at Long Island Jewish Hospital, where he was working. Bob would eventually bring his growing family, experience, and expertise back to St. John's as professor in the pharmacy program, and later as dean of the School of Pharmacy.
He really poured his whole self into this university, and acted with the students. Whether the students have an event or they're raising money, he's right in there.
St. John's became a family tradition for the Mangiones, with their 3 sons also graduating from the university.
St. John's Red is, in every fiber of Bob.
In 2012, Bob was appointed provost of St. John's during a tough time in his personal life. Janet had been diagnosed with ovarian cancer, and in 2013, the woman who had been by his side for 40 years passed from the illness.
They supported and they encouraged each other, and they brought the best out of each other.
It was really such a loss for Bob when Janet died. It affected him very, very deeply.
Despite his loss, Bob carried on as provost and strove to improve the university.
He developed really amazing solutions to complex problems, so that you might think something was unsolvable, but he's already come up with a solution.
A few years later, the university that had given so much to Bob brought a new blessing to his life, a faculty member by the name of Judy McVarish.
Judy had the courage and the love to take me by the hand and show me the way back to the light and to find joy again. I think that my life has been touched by God.
The couple fell in love and embarked on a new chapter in their lives as husband and wife.
I consider the man's own grandchildren and the grandchildren who Judy has brought, and it makes Christmas shopping take a little longer. What a joy.
In the fall of 2019, Bob will come full circle at St. John's as he steps back into the classroom to teach pharmacy once again.
He recognized a calling or a vocation and saw that that's where he could make a contribution to the world, really, by helping to affect the next generation of pharmacists.
His humility epitomizes the spirit of St. Vincent, and his impact on St. John's and its students will reverberate for years to come. And that is why we honor you tonight, Bob Mangione.
I can't tell you how thrilled I am that you are receiving this award. I don't know of too many other people who approach their life with such compassion as you do.
Congratulations, Bob. I honestly can't think of anyone else that more exemplifies the spirit of service.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. I am truly honored to stand before you this evening as a recipient of the Spirit of Service Award. Thank you, President Dempesaw, and all who participated in the award selection process. Thank you, Dr. Upton and Father Tracy, for your very kind comments. I'm also very grateful for the wonderful support provided by Mr. Bill and Mrs. Leslie Collins, and Mr. Peter and Mrs. Pick D'Angelo to honor me and my family. When I think back to coming to the campus in the late 1960s with my older brother Michael, who was the first family member to attend St. John's University, I never imagined that this could or would be possible. It is particularly special to be honored with such distinguished other honorees, and it is truly my great privilege to be on the stage with each and every one of you. I have deep gratitude to many individuals in my life who helped me throughout my life, and tonight I stand on their shoulders. I begin with the extraordinary individuals who are not here physically, but are here in spirit, my late parents, Marion and Michael, and my late wife, Janet. They, especially Janet, saw a potential in me that I did not, and guided me and supported me, and gave me courage throughout my life and career, and they still do. Former Vice President Joseph Biden recently said during his eulogy for Senator John McCain that, and I quote, "No man deserves one great love, let alone two," end quote. I clearly understand what the former Vice President said. I am truly grateful to my wife Judy for repairing my broken spirit and bringing me a newfound joy in my life that I never thought could be possible. I'm very proud that you are here this evening, and I thank you for your love and support. I am incredibly blessed and very proud of my three wonderful sons, Rob, Chris, and Matt, and my daughter-in-law through her marriage to Rob, Jen, all of whom are St. John's graduates. They are extraordinary individuals doing extraordinary things, and not a day goes by that I don't realize how fortunate I am. I'm delighted that Rob and Matt were able to attend this magnificent dinner. Judy brought her wonderful children, Mark, Nate, Heather, and Heather's husband, Billy, into my life, and I am truly enriched. Each of them makes the world a better place. We also have the extraordinary blessing of sharing 8 grandchildren. From the Mangione side, Sebastian, Mariella, and RJ, and from Judy's side, Josh McKelvey, Ben and Max McKelvey, and William and Jack Bennett. I have been so blessed, and I am so much to be grateful for. I'm delighted that Josh and his girlfriend Shay, both of whom are current St. John's students, are here with us this evening. And I thank you both for I also thank many, many other friends and colleagues who are here in the audience that time does not permit me to individually acknowledge from this podium. Know that my thanks to you are sincere and heartfelt, and that you inspire me each and every day. It is also with great gratitude that I reflect upon how the Marist Brothers of Christ the King High School, the Vincentian community of St. John's University, my basketball coaches, my mentors, my professors, my students, and the patients who I had the privilege to care for have changed my life. In closing, permit me to share a favorite inscription that appears outside the legendary Coneseca Arena on the Queens campus. It is taken from St. Paul's second letter to the Corinthians, and it reads, "Not that we are sufficient to think anything of ourselves as of ourselves, but our sufficiency is from God." I am truly grateful for the many opportunities St. John's University has given me, and for many gifts and blessings that I have been given. God bless each and every one of you here this evening, and God bless St. John's University. Thank you.
This evening's final Spirit of Service Award is being presented to our academic program honoree, the St. John's University GLOBE, Global Loan Opportunities for Budding Entrepreneurs Microloan Program. Let's go to the video.
GLOBE, Global Loan Opportunities for Budding Entrepreneurs, now on Biography. It is a unique program that grew out of St. John's, bringing together faculty, students, and missionaries who give people in poverty a chance to become entrepreneurs. And in the past 10 years, GLOBE's success has allowed it to expand its program around the world. The idea for GLOBE started on the Queens campus with Dr. Sama.
She had this course focused on microfinance, and she wanted to bring in the practical application of it.
It has 2 key objectives. One is to help those in poverty help themselves out of poverty through the dignified route of microcredit. The other objective, of course, is to educate students.
Its mission is to offer people in poverty a fresh start through donor-based microfinance loans that allow borrowers to build businesses, make money, and empower communities.
We're educating these people. We're empowering them to do more. When you empower someone, you give them the tools that they need to go build something great.
The students evaluate applications and create loan agreements, sometimes coming up with innovative terms, knowing these are unconventional applicants.
The borrowers are extraordinarily proud of what they do, and they are very dignified and extremely resilient to all the challenges that face them. And so what students see is that, yes, these problems of global poverty are difficult challenges, but they're problems that have solutions, and they see that they are themselves part of that solution.
GLOBE's 170 borrowers are mainly women, spread out over 6 countries and 3 continents.
Creating an opportunity for women to start businesses from their homes or from their hometown where they can service the people. The money they make is because they want to provide an education for their children. So we're not only benefiting that woman, but we're benefiting her family as well.
Globe is aided in this by the Daughters of Charity, who are their field partners, identifying potential borrowers, assisting with their applications, and administering the loans in the community.
Globe could not function without the Daughters. The Daughters are Globe's eyes and ears on the ground because we're working remotely with our borrowing communities.
And they know the people. They know what works and what doesn't work.
Another key to Globe's success is the Fellows Program, which allows students to go into the field and experience firsthand the impact they're making.
You learn about these borrowers, you hear their names, you see their pictures, but there's nothing quite like when we got up on a plane and went there. At that point, theory became practice.
A recent trip to visit borrowers in the Philippines proved to be especially inspiring.
What surprised us when we visited the Philippines, they presented to us the success of their loans, which included their lending to 5 other people, each woman. So while we were helping, we thought, 24 women, we actually were able to help close to 100 women in that tiny community.
Real-life experiences like these leave a lasting impression on the students.
We were educating them, and that's what St. John's is all about. Giving people an education, but also providing for those less fortunate. That service-oriented nature of St. John's, I think that matches perfectly with the mission of Globe.
We talk a lot at St. John's about the Vincentian mission, but this is where the Vincentian mission really is transferred and becomes a part of our students.
The transformative power of Globe has not only made a direct impact on the fight against poverty around the world, it's also made an impact on St. John's students, many of whom continue to be involved in social causes well after graduation. And that is why we honor you tonight, Globe.
I know Globe has changed my life, and it's changed so many other people's lives all around the world. Thank you, St. John's, for making Globe a reality.
It is my privilege to wish Dr. Sammer and the Globe students continued success in alleviating poverty in our time, one loan at a time.
Accepting the Spirit of Service Academic Program Award on behalf of Globe is Dr. Linda Sammer, founder and director of the
St. John's University Board of Trustees and Board of Governors, honorees and special guests, colleagues, students, and friends. I first want to extend my congratulations to all the honorees this evening. It's truly an inspiration to spend time in your company. I'm always conscious of how blessed I am to be part of a program that shines a beacon of light for so many deserving women and men living in some of the most impoverished communities in the world, the poorest of the poor. And it also sends a message to participating students across the university that they can be the change they want to see in the world. Our students, our borrowers, our shared communities, and our partners, the Daughters of Charity, join together as evidenced in the Globe logo fashioned by students to make a change, one loan at a time. Something we learned very early in Globe is that while those we serve live in poverty, they are not poor. They are rich in tradition, in family, in faith,
in culture and community, and they can teach us far more than we can begin to teach them. We meet them in person through the Globe Student Fellows Program in the Vietnamese paddy fields of the Mekong Delta, at their farms in Libon, Albay, the Philippines, or working on making naca tamales and buñuelos for their eating establishments in Managua, Nicaragua. And we are transformed by these experiences. By helping those in need, students not only develop an understanding of the other, but of themselves.
It's an awards dinner at
They
my school.
become stronger throughout the semester as they grow to own this program. And they develop self-confidence around their abilities to make substantive change. The student-crafted mission of Globe is to contribute to the alleviation of poverty within their lifetimes, starting here at St. John's. It appears to be an ambitious mission, but these students fervently believe in the positive role that business can play in creating social change. They have faith in a system that will work to create a level playing field for all the citizens of the world. They have the fortitude to persevere, and they have the patience to achieve their goals. We want to thank all of the patrons, friends, steadfast supporters of Globe, including many in my own family and circle of friends, for making the program worthy of the honor it is receiving tonight. To the nearly 400 students who have served as Globe managers over the last 10 years, to the dedicated members of the steering committee, to the Center for Global Business Stewardship staff, shout out to Lena, and to the wonderful Daughters of Charity, without whom this program could not exist, to our very generous donors, and most importantly, to the now 190 borrowers in 6 countries whose stirring stories touch our hearts. You are all part of the Globe family, and we treasure your involvement and care. Thank you.
We love you, Dr. Sama.
Congratulations to this year's academic program honoree, Globe. And let's have another round of applause for all of our wonderful 2018 Spirit of Service Awards recipients. At this time, to give